Hey, Candid Culture. How's everyone doing tonight?
Hey, Queens. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Kia, you're on mute.
Hey, lovely people. It's your girl, Kia Simone.
Tonight, we are going to be talking about the X factor and having relationships with your ex and family members having relationships with your ex. Sorry, I'm having an eye issue. So, so let's get into it, though. You know how we do at the beginning of the show. Sorry about that. Go ahead, Misha.
Okay.
Let's break the ice with some combo on the rocks.
Yes, and I have some juicy questions tonight.
Yeah.
So, question number one. Which old boyfriend would you love to spend 24 hours with? Maybe we shouldn't say names because he might be watching. Maybe you could just describe his I don't know. Are y'all brave enough to say a name?
I'm not brave enough to
I'm
say
not
that.
going to do that.
But you know what? I would. He would be a boyfriend that I had. Oh gosh, about 10 years ago. Yeah, he was very romantic. He was very spontaneous. Yeah, I would definitely. When I was living in LA. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Misha's smiling over there. She coming
That's
with
all I'm gonna give
memories.
y'all. So next, yeah, that's all I'm gonna give it. That's all I'm gonna give y'all next.
Yeah. Yeah. It was. All I'll say is, what do I say? He knew where the C word was. That's all
There
I'll
you
say.
go. That's all you need.
And yeah, so I would spend a nice 24 hours over there.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
Y'all be killing me. Misha just like, let's just jump to the chase.
Yeah, good time.
We were talking earlier before this show, and we said y'all could hear the before and after because we be like on some strange stuff. We try to clean up a little bit for y'all, but we had a weird conversation. What was it, 2 weeks ago? But anyhow, which old boyfriend would I love to spend 24 hours with? So for me, it would be the person who I thought was the funniest person in my life. He just made me laugh, and it was just like fun times, and we could just ride in the car and listen to some music and be like, just silly, just youthful. So, just nothing romantic, just bringing back that, always be my baby vibe that I shared last week. So that kind of vibe. So, y'all go ahead and drop in the comments. Which old boyfriend would you love to spend the 24 hours with? Again, we'll be looking at the comments all night. Okay, next question. Would you rather run into an old boyfriend with no makeup or after gaining 20 pounds?
No makeup. I was about to say I wouldn't care. Yeah, still no
Only
makeup.
Crystal. So I like, because I don't wear makeup on a normal day anyway. And most of my exes see me without makeup. So you know what I look like. So I would just say gaining 20 pounds because I don't need them extra 20.
Right. The 20 makes a huge difference. So yeah, I would say no makeup. My hair has to be done though. Hair has to be done. And yeah, I'll be fine with that.
That is so funny.
Some of my exes like the thick girls, but see, I was never like, because I remember one ex used to say his family used to call me thicky thick. And I'm like, that's not cute. But whatever. But I don't need. I'm not trying to be thicky thick out here in these streets with the extra 20 because that's a lot.
And it's so funny because that is something like what Misha said about the hair. If I'm walking into like the store, Walmart with my ponytail on, and I see somebody, I immediately take this ponytail out and start like smoothing out my hair or something. So I got you on that, Misha. Mm-hmm.
Next question. See? Hey, Kimberly. Okay, so which past lover would you most like to get the revenge on, and how? Let's see, y'all. Okay, so I think that's because we're not trying to, after it's over and said, you're like, okay, even, you might be mad at first, like they did some scandalous, like, didn't pay a bill or, did some, shady. I think once you get mature, we probably not, answering that question because, you're like, okay, I ain't got time for you and I'm not trying to do no time because the revenge that we be back in the day, put you in jail. So I don't think as grown women we really like, on that tip, revenge. Like I hate you.
I'm gonna agree with you on that one.
Okay, so since we couldn't answer that question, I'm just gonna do a random one on y'all then. So you know that one that always go around Facebook and say your ex accidentally deposits, let's say $10,000 in your account, and he said, "Oops, I'm sorry." What are you gonna do, Misha?
Block his number. I do not know him. I don't have no exes. I am the Virgin Mary. I've never been with no men in my life. The Holy Spirit gave me my daughter. That's what happened. That's what I'm sticking to. But I don't know. I will have to think about that. I might just block him and act like I didn't see the message. I don't know.
What you doing? Listen, she's like,
Ooh,
"Oh,
I
Crystal, what
would
you doing?"
agree. Yeah, I block him. I get what somebody said. I think it was high vibes. Yes, karma is real, but at the same time, what's he doing? Accidentally depositing 10,000 in my account. That's strange to me. So why would you do that? Oh,
Got you in his Zelle
yeah.
account.
I hear what you're saying, high vibes, but yeah, I don't want to talk to him anyway. That's a blessing from the Lord, and I'm just gonna take that. That's the Lord. I don't want to talk to him anyway.
So I'm with you, lady. So we said we not doing no revenge, but you just dropped that in my lap like that. That's probably for all them headaches, okay? ten
And
dollars
I
is a lot because you can spend that real fast. Especially when you grow,
Right.
you fixing your house or whatever you do, whatever. But dude, that's for them headaches. Thank you for
Hmm.
compensating me.
Like I'm not gonna go out of my way, but if it fall in my lap, I'll take it.
I'm with
right,
you, girl.
and you gave us like a good number, 10,000 too. I could do some things with that.
Hmm. What if I'm okay, what if I just deduct the money? Okay, we didn't always have our self-value and worth at an all-time high. So, there's been some dues I might have got you with my paycheck is late or whatnot. So what if you just deduct that out of there?
No, but that's interest or whatever, because I'm sure he got you more. Like, when you look and start adding up stuff, you'll be like, baby, that's 10,000. Listen,
That's true. It's been a long couple years. So that
Right.
interest done added up. You're right. You're right.
because you know how they say when your man give you some money and then he send you to the store, you don't have no change, boo. Same situation. You don't
Okay.
change. No.
To gas to get there.
So yeah, high vibe. She corrected it because yeah, I'm not giving back 10,000 though. But I get see, and a friend of mine who plays the lottery, she's like, God's not going to bless you that way. You have to, pay it forward and stuff like that. But at the same time, if I see 10,000 accidentally in my account that I know that I didn't deposit, yeah. Mm-mm.
You know he gonna be calling you. He'll be like, Crystal.
Mm-mm.
That's why Misha said she gonna block that number because he gonna be calling.
Mm-hmm. What are you doing calling me? Mm-mm.
Girl, no.
Change that number quick.
You take the number.
Right, right.
See, my ex is kind of cray. They look. One of them would have been showed up in my house like, "Don't make me come."
Right? You gotta move too. That's a mortgage down.
It is.
Just buy you a whole new house while you
And health and wealth, you were right. Quickly move it to another account to a credit union that you don't even see. They're like, mm-mm. But they're right there.
I see y'all. We like a hot mess tonight. We said we blocking numbers. We gonna keep that 10 G's and call it like you owe me this pretty much. So these are nice questions to lead up into the X Factor. I tried to think about this topic, Crystal, but we just don't go with the flow and just talk about exes tonight.
Yes, the X Factor, y'all. Whew. So this, we started talking about our exes, and we started talking about how our family after they met our exes and what they thought, and so this is how we came up with this topic. And Kia had, Kia got some stories, and I swear I think I don't have stories until we get on this topic, until we get on certain subjects, and I'm like, oh Lord, let me. so so let's get into it, Kia. How do you want to go? You said if an ex was close to the family, go ahead.
So honestly, like I'm petty like that. Like if I don't like you, I don't know. Like some of my exes, their family members I'm still cool with them, but I set boundaries. So I don't show up at barbecues. I'm not that chick. I'm not. Like when you 20, you real petty because let me let them know I'm still around. Basically to the new girl, whoever else, like let me let you know. But I'm too old for them shenanigans at this point in life. So, if his, mama or somebody calls just to say how you doing, I'm okay with that. Now, like most of my exes, my family, they didn't rock with my family when we was together. So don't be trying to be friends with him now. Like, no, he gone. That's just my take on that because they weren't friends during the relationship. So if y'all wasn't cool, nah. That's a double standard, but hey.
My most recent ex, my mother still asks about him every so often. How's so and so going? How's he doing? I said, I have not seen him. I have not talked to him. Stop asking me about him. So yeah, she still wants to know. She still wants to no.
Well, how do
Yeah.
you feel when your ex play you so dirty and you don't really want to tell his secrets? So that's what I'm saying. Like, if he, say, tell whatever he want to tell you about you and his family still want to be cool. Because, I tell y'all, if y'all go back and watch last week's thing when y'all was like, you supposed to took that to the grave, sis. I'm just be like, I'm that chick. I'm just like, here, this is what it is. So if his family still want to accept me, that's cool. But I'm that type of person that I don't, just because I reveal my stuff, I don't reveal your stuff. So he may have did some real treacherous stuff, and I'd be like, y'all, I'm trying to tell y'all just. So,
That's
you don't
exactly.
even want to reveal their secrets.
And it's none of
Right.
their business.
That's why I feel like
I've
you might not
felt
be
that
friends with
way.
him. You don't know
I've
who's a
felt
real
that
be my
way.
eye.
Yeah. I've really felt that way. Like, I don't want to talk about it. We just not together no more. That's all that happened. But you have those family members like, why? Why?
Right.
I liked him. Why he not coming around no more? What'd you do? Oh no, you're not about to come questioning me. And he's the one that did some foul stuff. But I basically had to make a long story short because people really like family really get involved and invested in who you're dating. So I was just like, you know what? I saw some stuff, didn't like it. We not together. Well, what did you see? Oh my god! Like, so I had to let a little bit slip just so they can stop asking me because I'm trying to heal from this relationship and move on. And every time I come around, you asking me about this person, so it's definitely it's rough.
And that's exactly it. I was like, he's a liar. We broke up. That's it. I don't want to. I don't want to go through it. I don't want to even talk about it anymore.
But
Yeah.
it's weird how family will like the ones that are garbage because, like you said, you don't tell whatever. Because I had one
Hmm.
like before pre marriage, and he was seemed like he was the nice guy. He had a job, and why I stress on that because y'all know I always like the bad boy back in the day. So they was like, oh my gosh, he just seems like he has his stuff together, whatever. So we dated for a while. So I was just like, okay, I was gonna have in my mind delusional. I was gonna have a business marriage. Like, okay, we'll just basically, make it work or whatever. Since y'all, my family finally proud of me. They like, okay, she, leaving the streets alone. But girl, wait, when we broke up, guess what I found out? He was a sex offender all the time when we was dating. That's before the internet stuff where we was just going there and search stuff and all that whatever. So I'm just like in the process of writing my book. You know how you just like I was adding characters. So I'm like, oh, I wonder what he doing. I typed his name in. I was like, what? So it was a blessing from God, because what if it was one of my family members that he was a child sex offender, not like an adult sex offender. It was all bad, but it was like the highest level child sex offender that it could be. So I'm like, that's the one who everybody, like, well, not everybody, but a lot of people was like, oh my gosh, how's he doing? Oh my gosh, like, and I'm like, no, he was the worst. He was probably lurking in the back, like, yeah, leave me alone long enough. But I never, it's just, I don't know. Family is weird. You don't want to tell everybody's secrets, but it was after the fact that I found out. But that's not why we broke up.
But it'd be the ones that you don't even think. That's what, like you saying that he was a sex offender and stuff like that, and you don't even suspect. And that next thing you know, he got all kinds of skeletons in the closet. That's the sad thing. That's the crazy part. Like, and we know we have like a little bit of intuition, but we still don't see it, or something else happens to break up the relationship. And next thing you know, you find out all the dirty secrets, all the
Well,
crazy
he
stuff.
was a little creepy, but I just thought he was a nerd. Okay, so I was like, he's just a nerd. Like, okay, maybe he's gonna be the one that's gonna tone down. Kia. Like, okay, like, so it just was weird, like you said, because that was the one that people was like, oh. And I even changed myself when I got with him. I would start wearing, suits. Like, where is I'm going with a suit on it? Like at this age, at the age I was at the time. Like, why is you dressed up on a regular day? Like you going to work? But yeah, that was a hot one, a hot mess, Crystal. Yeah. So God blocked that one.
I had this one ex cheated. I didn't tell them the premises of the cheating, but this is kind of piggybacking, like I told on my channel before. I had the ex he was in the military. He had a girl in every single state he was like ever stationed. So I basically told them the layman's terms of he cheated, and they were like, well, that happens in relationships, and you should try and work it out, and why don't you do this or do that? Has he apologized? Like, have y'all ever had that where the dude is in the dead wrong, but you still have family or friends like, just give it another shot, just give it another try?
Not really, because I was always on them secret squirrel missions. So, like I said, the guy that I
Oh,
said,
what? A secret squirrel? Would you
I would date so well, but like how dudes they tell you if you don't bring the girl, how girls like if you don't bring the girl around, that means he's not serious about you. So I've had relationships, but I just never like it's certain people in my family that may have known about them, but then like the real family, like because my family is very like church people and stuff. They be like real
right?
fast. So certain people I was like I can't bring them home, so I brought the nerd home because I was like bet like he's acceptable. But I don't know, like the husband, nobody really wasn't like why y'all break up or y'all should get back together. They was just like, oh, okay.
So was that the secret squirrel mission?
No, okay, so he wasn't a secret squirrel mission because the husband had me gone. Like, girl, that was like in
You were already
'96 when I
done.
met him. I was like, okay, listen, I'm about to be put out the house. Like,
You were in
listen,
the back of the closet in the pointy toe of the shoebox with the
I was
wisdom.
like, hey, I told him when I met him, I was on strike 3. I said, if I don't come in this house one more time, my mama is gonna put me out. That last time I got put out. But no, he wasn't a secret squirrel mission. But the most of them rest on were they were just like kind of kept away from the band.
I've never willingly introduced anyone to anybody I'm dating. It's always I'm out on a date and I saw you at this restaurant. Who was you with? And then it comes like a thing, well, we need to meet him. Well, we saw you, blah blah. And I'm like, child, like, can I date in peace? Can I find out if I like him first? Like, what in the world?
You said secret squirrel. I done taught y'all something new. Yeah, I be dating in secret. We look having a long relationship. When the book came out, I was
Right,
like, "You had booze? Yes, I had booze. I just didn't tell you
right.
about them."
Just pop up like, I'm engaged now, y'all.
And that's how it was. No, I was all the way married, Misha. I was like, by the way, I's married now. Oh gosh.
Did y'all have a time when, like, I was with my an ex, I was with my boyfriend at the time, and my mother met him, and she was like, mm-mm. She said nope. She, like, within the first 10 minutes, she said nope, mm-mm. He's not
I
it.
had that once. I had that once. It was their first time meeting him, and my dad was all on board. Like, he was even like, if y'all had kids, y'all would have some pretty kids. Like, he was on that tip. My mom was like, no. Because she asked him a question like, well, because his family was out of state. So she asked him a question like, so how does your mother feel about you dating her, being with her? And he was just like, oh, we haven't talked about that yet. And she was like, nope. If his mama don't know about you, then it's just not like, that's not the guy you want to be with. And she was just like, from there on, she was just like, no. But my dad liked him, but she was like, no.
No, I agree with wealth and health. Sometimes your parents or sometimes your family members, they can see stuff that you don't see because you got
Right.
that love glasses on, or you got those rose colored glasses. You think everything's great, and it ain't great. Mm-mm.
Hmm.
Mm-mm. Did
So I have okay, so it's not like a secret because he always joke with me about this anyway. So I like me and High Vibe always be vibing. So she was like, sometimes shit sinners need love too. So and I told you like my family was very like religious, super super religious. So
Hmm.
like even though at the time when I met the husband, I was crossing over to adulthood, but you still living at home. So he was like, I still had to go to church. I was a grown woman, but I still had to go to church. Like, when you say grown, you like 18, like, okay. Like I gotta still go to church on Sunday morning with the family. Yeah, you still live
yes.
here, you ain't paying no bills, whatever. So I hooked up with him or whatever. So it, they say never um what they say, poop where you make your money at. So it was one of them situations, whatever they say. And so
Hmm.
I met him at the workplace. So I worked with my mama. So she already warned me, like, don't be messing with nobody when you come up in here, because
Hmm.
because you don't want to get that reputation or whatever. But he was the one that caught my attention. So she kind of already knew about it because Romans get around fast. Like, okay, I see him always at her, around her, whatever. Woo. So now Mama asked a question. So now I had no choice. But I told you I'll be on those secret squirrel missions. So I think that's how he was revealed. So now he got to come pick me up at the house. So they like, why he don't ever pick you up? A real man pick you up at the house. But I don't want y'all to
Ooh, I
know he's
didn't
a
heard
secret
that.
squirrel. So when my stepfather first met him, he was like, the devil was trying to come up in my house and destroy my house. I was like, what? So I think, no, I ain't gonna say I think to this day, like the last conversations I had with the husband, he was like, you remember your daddy said that I was the devil trying to come up in his house. I'm like, well, light a candle, But he was still like bothered by that. He really was. So yeah, my stepdad did say, that boy's gonna be trouble for you.
Yeah, that's the only ones I've had. I've had my mother just stop me dead in my tracks and say nope. Mm-mm. And I'm glad she did because he was cheating because he wasn't the one. He was like, mm-mm. And he just, yeah.
let's just get to the juicy.
secrets.
Let's just get to the juicy nitty gritty because I'm nosy
Please,
over
Kia.
here. Okay.
Let's go. Let's get to it.
Are y'all still friends with the ex? We talk about the family because Crystal just went on to the nice little version, whatever. But are you friends with the ex?
I say no. I don't think it's an impossible thing, but you got to look at your ex's motives. Like, if they still feeling things for you and trying to still like sneaking in little stuff and trying to make little moves on the side, it's like no. So if an ex is like completely done, moved on, then maybe, but I think you have to have some type of common interest though. Cause what else are y'all gonna talk like what else do you still need to be in touch about? But I think it can possibly work if there's no interest there. I have been friends one ex because I had absolutely no desire to be back with him. I didn't feel he had no desire to be with me. There was no sneaking, flirting, anything like that. So I felt it was fine for the time being. But yeah, you really, yeah. Because there's some I had to block because they came in on the friend tip. Like, we, like, as if I'm wrong. Like, we're not together tomorrow, no more. Why we need to talk? And I was rude, I was mean, I was this. So I'm like, okay, let's be friends. And nope, it turned left. So that was my experience with it. Facebook
Um,
friend.
that's happened to me, and like Misha just said, they still want to be. They still want to see if they can get weasel their way back in, and I'm thinking that he wanted just to keep me on the line, basically, just in
Hmm.
case. And so I say no, I don't want to be friends with my exes because of that last experience. Absolutely not. Um, yeah, after we broke up, he said, "Well, aren't we friends?" And then you want to, then apparently, then you want to do more. No, we're broken up. So just still wanting to keep you on the line, still wanting to keep you at bay, but didn't want to be with you anymore. Mm-mm. So yeah, so Kia want to get to the nitty gritty, the juicy. Yes, that's happened to me, and no, I will never do that again. Mm-mm, mm-mm. It's not worth it.
Y'all know I'm
So,
always the messy one.
yeah, sweet
Y'all know
Chris
I'm
Girl
the
mission. I got to
messy
scroll across the
one.
screen.
So I think, like I said, in the same way, I think that they do have ulterior motives when somebody, a dude, especially want to be ex, because he want to, like I said, that backup plan. That it's like that comfort zone until you
Yep,
have to realize that how you always see that God can't give you nothing new if you got your hands on something that you ain't supposed to have it on.
thank
So
you.
you have to get to that point. But I was that messy one that I still like. It was like this ex that I don't know what he had over me. Like I don't know. Like it was just something about him. Like it was like when I was like in the teen years. Okay. And for some reason, like we will always know where each other was, or always that's what I said. That's the X factor where you know his people, or your people know his people, and y'all always kind of know where each other was. Now we was respectable if he was with somebody and I was with someone, or whatever. We did speak to each other or whatever. But that one right there, that's the one I just could not like just get over. So I think that was that first love. That's the one who I keep telling y'all about always be my baby. But I finally had to get to a point where like, let me let this brother go because I know that we're never gonna be together. And I think in his mind, he still had that hope, like we gonna get together one day. And I
That's
knew
what I was
that it
about to
just
ask.
never happened. So I had to free him. Like, let me just let you go because I'm on some shenanigans. Like,
So was it that you wouldn't get over him, or that he wouldn't let you get over him? You,
it was comfortable for me, Crystal.
mm,
So it was that security, like, where we was like, okay, how like it just feel like you got that one person in your world that that's gonna always be real. Like, okay, we never judged each other. It was just like, like, okay, my deep secrets, I know your deep secret. And we was like that one that never like used it against each other. So it was just like, okay, but everybody was like, why?
explain this to me. Explain this soul ties to me. I think I know what it is, but you explain. Is that what that is? What you're
Oh,
explaining?
that's why it is. So I tell y'all gonna put me off of CMK. So my friend, my good friend, I promise you. So the two guys that I've ever let in me, those are the two that I just couldn't cut loose. And I was like, what is it? So when the first one, she was like, you must have let him. And I was like, girl, how do you know? She was like, cause your behavior. So I don't know. For me, yeah, those two that I just could never. I don't know. It was just strange. And I said it's changed them bodily fluids. I don't know, Crystal, but them two. So yeah, that's why they say, you know, you gotta be careful who you lay down with. And you know,
Right.
and I be praying hard, like Lord, break all these soul ties, any ungodly, because you know, whatever soul he done laid up with, you know, you like, okay, Lord. So yeah, Crystal, that's a mess, cause them two, yeah. And like I said, I had to
So
pray.
yeah.
So get the book. He's Zeke. I'm gonna like I said, be honest tonight. That's Zeke. Zeke was the one. Everybody in the book was like, "Why couldn't you get with Zeke? Why? Why?" It was just something that was just not there. It was just like that's my homie.
I
So,
definitely had a soul tie before, and it was like that man was done, moved on, but I could not let it go. I was still calling his phone every weekend. I was still like, that man was like, okay, we had our fun. I'm on to the next. And I was still sitting there like, wait, but we supposed to get married. Like, what is happening?
Married.
And I literally one night was on the couch crying, like praying to God, like, please, like, get me over this. I don't want to feel this no more. Cause it was like just drawn to him. Couldn't see myself with nobody but him. And God released it, and my dumb tail went right back on.
Wait, you got a second dose. You already got a second dose. Boop, boop.
I was like, "Thank you, Lord Jesus," but I'm gonna go slide down on that one more time. There are serious things, and like the Bible says, when you come together with someone, when you have sex with them, you become one. So that's what soul ties. That's what a bad soul tie. There's bad soul ties and good soul ties. So there's men you're not supposed to be connected to like that because they're not supposed to be your husband.
So
So
I
yeah.
love the question that Monique just asked. So you know that it's another connection when, because sometimes the deed becomes trash. So when you still can't shake it after it's trash, you be like, okay, listen. And I was just talking to a friend about that, where she has this connection with this man in her life, and she was like, "Well, it's trash now." So I was like, "Okay, so that's a reason for you to move on." And I'm gonna text her after this show and find out if she's been, in that field again. But yeah. Mm.
so when Kia, when you were talking, this is so sad. I started to remember an ex, and I was like, okay, so that was a soul tie, okay, from years ago, and this is not the same person that I had mentioned earlier when I was living in LA, and I but I did just want to. I was like, I want to know like what happened. I kept going back when, like you said, when he had moved
Mm.
on, and I knew I needed to move on. I knew that he wasn't the one, or he wasn't right for me. But you keep going back, and I said, okay, so that's what I was. And the funny thing is, I started to remember, is that who I would want revenge on too? So.
No, revenge.
So I was starting to remember. I was like, oh,
So
so I know. I also know that you need to clean out your closet with the bad rubbish, the bad stuff, so a good man can come along. So when you guys talk about just good D and the soul tie, that's what I recognize as to be a soul tie. To somebody that you need to let go, but they're connected to you for some reason. Yeah,
I
interesting.
want to say about the soul ties versus good deed. sometimes it's not even good deed. You just really like that dude and you think it's good deed. Because once those feelings leave, you be like, dang, this kind of regular. This ain't really
And that's what
like
I was telling my
this ain't
friend.
really
She
hitting
was
like
like,
that.
girl. And I was like, well, because we older now. And I was like, girl, he old now. That's why they, like whatever, let it go, move on. But yeah,
So wait. So do you let the ones that you just like that dude? Do you let them get away with stuff? Just like High Vibes is saying, my worst was a narcissist. He was straight homosexual. He was wanting to stick around when you know that he shouldn't be sticking around. You let him get away with stuff that you wouldn't let another man get away with. And you sitting in the corner singing Deborah Cox, "How did you get here?" Like what?
but for me, I don't think it was sex that kept me. Like I said, I think it was the connection. Like when you have such a good connection, it just makes the sex better. So, like, for example, when you're married, it's a different level of sex. So it's a different level of intimacy. So, when you get to that point where you just like, have that connection with them, it's hard to break that connection. It's just certain like connections that's hard to be broken.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think that you started to take on their personality, or they're just like, so like my ex was not an extrovert. He was very much a homebody, and just so you start to just take on their, not necessarily their personality, but just start to act like them, or no?
For me, it was like things would happen, and I would have this conversation in my head. Like, I bet he would say this right now. If we were talking, like, it was crazy. I don't want to sound like what's her name on Acrimony. Like I was just out there, but it's like things would happen, and because he would be the person I'm like, oh, like I want to tell him about this or talk to him about this. And it's like, I bet he would say this. I bet he would say that. Then it's like you're acting like they're still there when they're not. Like that's what it was for me.
Yeah, I would say like I think it's more so I forgot who put it in the comments. But if you around someone so much, you naturally might pick up like even when we're around each other, and we might start doing stuff like you like okay, I'm doing the kid. You might be someone like oh my gosh, I just say secret squirrel mission. Like when I told Dee Dee Burger King budget. So sometimes
Right.
people picking up stuff off of friends. So I think if you spend a lot of time with someone, that's just gonna come natural because like the husband, we spent a lot of time together. I just said we knew each other since 1996. So at one point we were working together. So we working together, then we going home, and then we having our relations, and then we in a relationship, then we end up moving together because he got me put out. I got myself put out. I was on strike 3. But it was just one of the things where we was together all the doggone time. And then even when we like got married, it was just like all the time, like we were, so I'm sure he probably picked up some of my traits and I picked up some of his. And I'm probably still, I still see some of his traits in me. And I'd be like, oh, I ain't got to do that now. What am I doing? Like, what?
Right. Because you be watching his shows, you take on his lingo, the whole thing, and then you break up, and it's like you really have to like cut it off because you, yeah.
You make a clean break. You're like, wait a minute, who am I? Like, yeah, I got to get my
He
personality
was
back.
watching. I was like, what was I watching that for? Like, that is not. Actually, laying up in bed with the husband, we up there watching some, what's that one where they give the money to the people and the people have to sit there? I was like,
Shark
either y'all
Tank?
give it to, huh? Yeah,
Shark
Shark
Tank?
Tank. I don't like that show. Either y'all give it to them, like,
Oh,
broke the people's spirit and told them, and then they still go off and make a sale anyway. So
You know what's so funny? When you break up and you're like, oh no, I'm not doing this because I used to do this with him. I don't even want to watch these shows. I don't want to go down this street no more. I don't want to do
like
nothing.
I want to go to this restaurant. I'm not. I know he loved this here. I'm not even gonna go there.
now I don't know. Like I said, if I like a good restaurant, I'm still have to go in there because I like to eat. But I just say with the since we're talking about the X Factor, you have to stay off of their page. Because I remember one
Mm-hmm.
time I went on the X page And I was like, again, that's why you said you got to stop being friends with him. Because in my mind, I was like, oh, we still cool. And you didn't tell me that you went somewhere with Keisha. That's going to be her name today. And I was like, oh, really? That's what y'all doing? You ain't never take me there. Like, really? And I was like irritated for real. And I was just like, okay, so you just got all hyped about something that's your ex. So yeah, you gotta stay off of them Instagrams, stop
Right.
following them. Cause you get in your feelings.
Kia, I did the same thing. I had my own little dude that I was kicking it with, and I saw him and this girl on his page, and it was like, I know you ain't moved on. I moved on, but you need to stay stuck on me.
Exactly, them double standards. We be mad.
Right. And
Oh,
I reverted back to trying to get back at him and all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, no, block his number, stay off
yeah.
social media. Yeah.
Yeah, because like I actually, oh gosh, I think it was during like 2020, like last year. My ex texted me and said, "Just hey, how are you doing?" I didn't even text him back. Not even texting him back. Or I'll see him in the store around the corner. I'm like, oh, just wave and keep walking. Just wave and keep walking. Don't even.
Baby,
Mm-mm,
he
mm-mm.
just text me on Instagram and I was asking y'all, is it a permanent block? Remember I said, how he blocked me and
Mm-hmm.
told me happy birthday? I was like, boy, bye. I didn't listen. No, we not friends. Like that bridge is gone. But yeah, you gotta like what Crystal said, we gotta learn how to just step back and be like, you
Mm-mm.
know what? It's a wrap. It's done.
So, have you guys ever had friends like Health and Wealth is saying that like literally like change their look, like cut their hair, just take on a different persona?
You know what? Okay, I was so okay. So I got with this dude. He talking about he like the natural girls and he don't like girls that wear makeup. So I'm over here walking around, no makeup, no weave. Over here just looking like a whole like Raggedy Ann doll. And I found out he cheating with a girl with 20-inch weave, eyelashes, nails, makeup, and I was like, never again. Like never again will I fall for any mess like that.
He was trying to make sure and tell y'all apart. He wanted
But
to make
see,
sure.
that's
No,
that's
he
what's
was trying to make sure I
crazy.
stay stuck
He was,
and didn't
yeah, he
get
was
catch
trying to make her
nobody
look
else.
little, little homeboy or little tomboy that
Right.
Hmm.
You stay
that's
stuck
trying to
right
play
there. I
your
got you.
brother. Cause like I said, I had an ex like that he was like, why you want to do all this and why? And I'm sure y'all can't believe that today. Like for real, he had you like with your hair slicked back with some gel on the edges with a natural ponytail. But yeah, they will try to do that. You ever had an ex that done that try to tell you, I met you. Okay, it was the husband. You met me at a factory. So, and from in a factory, I'm gonna have on jeans, a sweat, and a t-shirt. So yeah, you
Hmm.
met me, whatever. But I still like to feel like a girl when I, get jazzed
Hmm.
up or whatever. So he was like, I like, I'm attracted to the girl that's like, the homeboy, da da da. Hey, and like I said, after all them years, I was like, okay,
Yeah,
come to
my
Jesus,
ex did the
you
same
know.
thing to me. I don't like a lot of makeup. My ex did the same thing to me. I don't like a lot of makeup. I don't like, I don't like a lot of like the different hairstyles and stuff like that. Okay. Hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
So we was just so any y'all have any other questions about X and how we move with X's in the comments, drop them comments. We will answer the comments. We feeling a little bubbly right now. Um
So what about staying friends with the ex's friends or the ex staying friends with your friends? How do y'all feel about that?
so again I said I'm petty because no, I don't like you. But as far as like I said, because a lot of my I would say primarily like the husband I knew your family. Like I said, I was a kid basically when I met your family. So a lot of them, do know me or whatever, and but I keep boundaries still. So I don't show up at the barbecue. Like at one time they were still, saying, "Do you want to come to this such such wedding? Do you want such such?" And it was one event that I really wanted to go to because it was one of his good friends that I'm friends with the friend's wife. So I was like, let me call you and let you know that I'm going to this event. So let's just be clear. So Keisha got to stay home if there's a Keisha, even though I knew it was a Keisha. But um, we ain't got to sit at the same table. But I don't, want to be in my feelings because I'm not there yet, and I'm mature enough to say I'm not there. So I think you have to set boundaries sometimes. Like I said, some stuff you just have to, that you just really want to attend, like you said. Because what if, like, when you together, if he got friends, you become friends with normally their wives or their girlfriends. Y'all still kick it, but it's just like, okay, now it's something that they having together. You're like,
But I agree with High Vibes, and I think here you were telling us about this because they take your business back to their family, or they, I
That's
saw Crystal
true.
on, like his mom. Oh, I saw Crystal on Facebook. Oh, did you see what Crystal's doing now? No, he didn't see what Crystal's doing now. Mind your
well,
business.
baby, I don't let them see. I always tell people in real life when people, and even like with either like other people in life, you think they know all your business. I'm like, I only let you know what I want you to know, okay? Even on Facebook, I only let y'all people know what I want y'all to know. Like I go all the way to Hawaii, be back for 3 months before anybody know I done been to Hawaii. They be like, or some pictures come out, somebody else posted it. They be like, did you? I didn't know you was on that trip. I be in the back like somewhere. So I only let you know. Do not, if we ever go on a trip, do not, I'll be like, Crystal, don't post that picture. You be like,
Right.
service? No, I just don't, it's
I'll
privacy.
wait till I get back to post all the pictures. I'll wait
Yeah,
till I get back.
Right.
yeah. So with that being said, if they do, like I said, that's his fault, his loss if he's sitting there being a cyber stalker. Because again, I'm not on your page stalking you, so I'm not really too worried about it. Because again, we all got businesses, so we have to post. So a lot of times you can't even block people on your business page because anybody can go in there and search because you're trying to be a businesswoman. So I found exes that go to my business pages or whatever. Okay, do you, boo? Because I'm over here trying to be fabulous.
Right. I'm not, I'm like, okay, once we break up, friends, we done broke up. I done broke up with the family. I done broke up with everybody. And I had a close cousin of mine have a breakup. And so I was close with the girlfriend, but I was like, y'all broke up, so we not friends. We cordial. If I see you, I'll say hi, but we not gonna have lunch and text and talk on the phone. Like that's it. She got mad at me, said she didn't like me and I was fake and all this stuff, like because I was being loyal to my cousin. Like she expected me to still be her friend. And I saw her out one day and she literally tried to have this whole kumbaya moment. I'm like, girl, I don't have no problem with you. You're not with my cousin no more. I don't need to talk to you. So that was my experience where I'm like, yeah, we were cool. I like you as a person, but we got to cut that down because I'm not trying to be the one like, guess what she said? Guess what she did? Guess no. So that was
So
my experience.
you just said a good point. So now you got me thinking outside the box because I was just thinking about just self, how I feel. Because again, I admitted I have double standards when it comes to me. But for my okay, so I don't know if she's watching. Because before the show, I sent her a link. My sister-in-law and my brother, they're divorced, but she's still my sister. And I still claim her. And I can't blame it on because of the kids, because we don't have the time to be talking about the kids. The other day we was talking about your tutorial, Misha. Actually, I was like, you got to go see Misha tutorial because she was putting on some makeup and I sent her your link. And then I said, let me know when you watch it because if you got any questions or concerns, I might be able to help you. So we don't be just talking about that was a shout out to Misha's channel. Again, so I can't say it, but I don't tell her nothing about my brother, so she know there's boundaries. So I would never tell her nothing like what my brother's going on. If he got a girlfriend, and she like acts or say something, it might be like, oh, I know he got girls, whatever. I don't say gay or nay. And with her business, I don't tell no one in our family because I know if I tell Susie, Susie gonna tell Tracy, and Tracy gonna tell Kim, and it's gonna somehow get back. So, like I said, that child, I love that child. So I don't know. I told him he shouldn't have divorced her. That's my sister that I never had. So I couldn't break up with that one, Misha. I'm sorry. Cause that's the one who back in the day, like if I get into some mess, she'd be like, "Where he at? We going to get him." So that's my sister for life. Like, I don't know.
I get Misha's point though. Sometimes you just gotta cut ties. We're not friends no more. Like we're not that close anymore. Sometimes you gotta rebuild that friendship. And she missed her friend. She was mad because you cut all ties with her and you didn't have a conversation with her first. Mm-mm. Sometimes you gotta, like you said, just break ties and like start a new season. I get it.
I'm glad my brother is nonchalant and he just be like, into the stars, the moons, and the rainbows and everything else, so he could care less. Crystal met him, so he's just like,
But
whatever.
Kia, okay, so what if that family or friend told you no, or you were still friends with, who was it, the sister-in-law or whoever it was, you were still hanging out with them? What if the person you were like originally connected to, because of that person, said, I don't want you talking to them anymore?
So you're gonna get me in trouble tonight. So in my year, I've learned that everybody not loyal with you and everybody not rocking whether they're your family. So I go where the support is because true story. When my dad passed, some people in my family didn't even call me. So you don't get that loyalty. Certain stuff happen in life and they don't, reach out. So at this point, that girl was like over here, like girl, she was like on my phone, like what you need, you need to pay. Girl, we gonna go in a whole nother state. But she's that girl. Like if I say something, she's coming. So I don't know. Like at this point, I used to be like ride family fine or whatever. But the longer I've lived, I've learned that blood does not just make you family. So sometimes, like I feel stronger connections with certain people. Like it's just certain people that you have different relationships. Like I have friends that are closer to me than any family member has ever been that I am loyal to. So I'm sorry, I'm not trying to pick and choose. I hope that person would not ask me to choose, but you know, like the young lady who lip gloss I'm wearing today, she's one of the ones that will ride hard, and I'm like, okay, I told her hurt my cousin. I said, don't break up with her because it's gonna be a hard one. That's my rider.
I agree with you, Kia. Sometimes blood don't make you family, and yeah, it's a them problem. Sometimes not a you problem. And like you said, Misha, you didn't have no problem with her. Sometimes
So
that's
she
just
might
how
have
you
been
gotta
close.
ride.
Was you closer with your cousin? Is that why you picked it? Did you just pick the cousin over his ex because you were closer to your cousin, or because like because your loyalty was to them, or it was just like, okay, I can either care less or go either way.
I was closer to my cousin than her,
Okay.
but also it was a messy breakup and stuff was going on social media. There were people texting, calling him, did you see what she just posted? Do you see her new dude? That type of thing. And I really didn't want to be that person too, because I saw he was hurting, he's going through a breakup, and I didn't want to be that person like, oh, you're still hurt about that relationship? Well, I just hung out with her today. I didn't want it to be like that. Like, so I was more trying to protect my cousin. Well, he a grown man, but I was still trying to like be there for him, be in his corner, because a lot of people weren't.
But
So
I
I
get
felt
she
like
was
in
being
a
messy.
way.
That was a different
Mhm.
situation where she just being messy. But to
Right.
me, it's just like, like I said, I don't know. Like I said, I rock with who rock with me. You rock hard with me, I rock hard with you. Because again,
Mhm.
when difficult times come, you see who really rocking with you at the end of the day. So you like,
That's
what?
true.
Crystal thinking hard about that question.
Yeah, well,
She is.
I was because then I'm like the tiebreaker, the deal breaker. So I'm like, ooh, and I agree. Sometimes you got to stay out of the mess, but if they're trying to get you in the mess, and you just like, I need to just like Misha said, I don't want to be part of the mess or
Wait,
I just
wait
hung
a
out
minute,
with her
Kia. I
today.
need to see how you did this scarf. I thought that was the whole top. I'm like confused right now.
Oh, it's a collar.
How you did that?
We're gonna have a demo
Yeah.
on stage real quick. Do that again because you
You
know
just
me, my
asked a
thinking.
shout out to Erica Collection.
So do that again, Kia. I'm serious. I want to see what you do.
You put it on, and it's just a collar. It's just it goes around. And you just button it up with the little the thing. You button
Oh,
it up like that.
okay.
It's got a little rhinestone little button on there, and it just
Put
buttons
that
up.
link in the chat, Kia, so people can other people can get hooked up.
I was being fancy, then I started getting hot around the collar, like.
Yeah, it's so funny because I always try to wonder who's going to be the first to come out of their clothes. Because not me, because I'm
I
half.
think after we go off and start coming out of camisoles and stuff.
Right, right.
Right.
But yeah, I agree though. Sometimes you got to just stay out of the mess, and you don't want to be you don't want to be the one to say, "Oh, I just hung out. I just had brunch with your ex today and stuff like that." But yeah, you got to be strong. Sometimes you can make great friends too. So yeah, but sometimes they go back and tell you business. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I agree. hmm Yeah, you don't have to be the one to participate. Go ahead, Kia.
But again, because I know I'm fabulous, now go back and run and tell that, because y'all thought I was kind of be out, whatever. Who go tell, go tell, go tell.
You muted.
I was saying you gotta be the one to be like, you know what? You're not gonna know how I move all the time. You're not gonna know 100% of my business, and you gotta be the one to just say, I don't care. This is how I do, do my life and be okay with it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But like I said, if
Yeah.
he's sitting there watching, like I said, if somebody comes to me like, my mother-in-law used to slip and say, I don't know if she was purposely doing it or whatever, say stuff about what the husband was doing or whatever. And I was just like, girl, now she know not to mention his name. I guess she figured it out. Maybe he said something to her. I don't know. But at the point, I was like, you know what? I'm moving solo, so it is what it is.
But your mother-in-law misses you though, right? She
Yeah,
wishes
but
y'all was.
our birthdays is on the same day. Who marries a woman with the same birthday as your mama? So you will never forget. You can't forget me if you wanted to any other way, but you can't
At
forget.
all. Mm-mm, mm-mm. You cannot forget. Mm-mm. Yeah, this X Factor thing we've been talking about. Just like I said, my mother, she doesn't ask about him anymore, but that was always a topic of conversation. Have you seen so and so? Have you talked? No, no, I haven't. Stop asking me.
That's what I hate about family knowing who you're dating. That's really the only reason why I don't want people to know who I'm dating or getting to know, because I can't stand you bringing it up every Thanksgiving, Christmas. Like, I don't even want to go up your house no more. I don't even want to come and say hi because I know that question is coming.
So Wealth and Health want to know, did he have children? He has a son prior to me, but we don't have any children together.
Yes, and you're right. Me and my ex, we had Thanksgiving together. Together, we had all of these different, you know, traditions together. No, that's it. Mm-mm.
You
Yeah.
funny. No, 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 no. Like I said, it's funny. Like I said, but you know your boundary. Because again, like being
Mhm.
older, we don't move the same way. Because I'm gonna tell you, like I don't think I put that part in the book. Because in my 20s, I was messy as get up. Like I show up like at your mama house, knowing that you got a new girlfriend, just because I'm petty, just like I'm here to see your mama. I mean, one time he tried to put me out though. I was like, boy, I ain't going nowhere. This ain't in your house. I was like, what's that movie where he was like, bye, Ryan?
I
I
can't.
was retarded. I'm telling y'all, yes. I would just be like, I'm friends with your
Wait
mom.
a minute, Kia. You got to go back. So y'all had already broken up, and you knew he had a girlfriend, or you knew he had somebody, or he was dating
Okay, do
somebody.
y'all really want to go here? Because what time is it?
Yes, like that's the last story tonight. Come on,
Up.
let's go.
So, Okay, so true story. I told you, me and the husband was messy. We would break up. Like I said, we met when we was young. We break up, go back together, break up, break up, go back, break up. So in the 20s, you don't really care. You be like, boy, whatever. Like I got me a new boo too. Whatever, do you? So I still was petty. Like, okay, I'm not. So I said I'm a twin. So the mama birthday is on the same day as mine. Okay, I think they fell out about this. He done told her she had to move and everything. So I comes over there. So y'all remember Master P it was I forgot what song it was, but I was sitting in the car like So I'm in my truck like, hey, whatever. So I pulls all into the like driveway, and I was like, oh, he here. So this is some ghetto fabulous stuff. Like I said, Lord,
I
don't
love it.
judge me. But I was on some. But again, you take on his traits, he was some ghetto mess. So now I'm ghetto too because I'm in the truck like, and I don't even listen to this. But now I'm listening to your type of music because I was a church girl. Now I'm over here on some fun stuff. So
you were a church girl being like, nah.
So before I said, okay, rewind. Before I got in the truck, I put all his little stuff that I had left at my apartment and put it in a trash bag. So I pulls up to the mama house and jumped through all the stuff in the middle of the living room while the girl's sitting there like, nah, girl, whatever. So he was like, you got to go, mama. She got to go. So the mama trying to protect me because I'm like, whatever. He ain't gonna do nothing or that virus type of stuff. So, long story short, him and his mama end up falling out, and she ended up moving out the house because she was like, okay. So I came over in my truck. So now she moved out. So now I gotta help her move. But that was my homie. We was like, what?
You know what?
Oh, him.
I can't.
Ain't y'all glad Jesus delivers? Because that was some like
yes.
I that part in the book, but that was some retarded stuff. Like I done got up in the morning, like, yeah, what? And then your mama in the mess.
He had the girl in the living room, and you pulled up with all his old stuff, and you brought it by the house and said, "Here."
Yeah,
I love it.
Like you don't know, like no, we don't do. And like I said, I had boyfriends. He had boyfriend, and girlfriend. He had girlfriend. You know what I'm trying to say, y'all. I had boyfriends, girls, or whatever. It was just I was in that feeling. So maybe somebody wasn't calling me or whatever. I don't know. I was just in my feelings that day. I was like, what? Oh, we not broke up yet.
Right. We do have those days. We all had those days.
Y'all the killer part. So y'all got me all hyped now. So after that happened, guess what? I moved in with the grandmama.
No. That's a whole nother level of petty, kid.
So every time you gotta come over here.
Oh.
I love it. So you pulled up with the grandma. You had the grandma needed a ride.
No, I moved in the house with the grandma. Listen, I told y'all, thank God.
No, Kia's next book, y'all, Detroit Stories.
When you walk in the living room with booty shorts on every time.
Yes. And a half shirt, crop top, booty
mine was cool. I was going out on dates. I even brought a couple of dates to the house. Like, okay, they was cool. So one day he came over, and so I moved out shortly after that, but it was other reasons why I was moving out. And so the mama was like, did he make you do anything to you? Because I just noticed that after he came over here, you was ready to go. Did he, talk to say something? No, it was time I did my damage. I'm sorry.
It was time to go. I did what I needed to do.
Yeah, y'all like, I can't make this stuff up. Like, y'all should have said that's thank God to Jesus.
She's delivered. Jesus. I love it.
You say you love it. I mean, girl, moved in with the
grandmother. You needed a place to stay, and she had a place to stay.
They treated me like I was the long lost daughter because they was taking me to birthday dinners when the grandma had her birthday party. I was going to the
Yes, you needed a place to stay, and they had a place for you to stay. That was it.
I didn't know. The mama asked me, did I want to live there? I didn't say I need somewhere to live. I had a whole house. She
They
was
wanted to
like,
keep that
well,
connection.
no, she was like, well, because you know how I don't know if y'all have them there, but in Detroit we have flats. So she had like a flat. So the upstairs was empty. So she was like, well, I would trust you being here with my mama, woo, woo, woo. So, do you want to, move upstairs? But I was always downstairs eating dinner because I wasn't young at that time, so I didn't cook. So I would be at the grandma's house every day eating dinner.
They loved you, Kia. They loved you. That you were part of the family. You were the long lost daughter.
They loved me. Misha's shaking her head. This is a true story. I wish
I know
Dr.
it is.
was, but he'd be like, yes, this chick showed up and threw the stuff in the thing. And then he used to just be like, why you do that? That's why I knew he wasn't going to do nothing. He was like, why you come over there and do that? Why? Just why?
Because he ain't got nothing to say at this point.
He's like the memes. Don't come in here acting a fool.
Listen. I just told y'all who said earlier. I don't know. I just told y'all at the beginning of the show, it had me gone. I was like, oh no. No.
See, I do silent petty stuff. Like I had this ex came over. Somehow his wallet fell out his pocket in my house. Then he gonna go home, text me, and basically break up with me. So I set the wallet on fire. And so that was like his ID, driver's license, cards, all that stuff. And he gonna text me like, you see my wallet? And I was like, no.
I broke on fire.
Huh?
Where did you set it on fire at, Misha?
In the backyard.
So your neighbors out there like, what is she out there burning?
It smelled like burnt plastic.
I'll be like, what is she doing? I hope she don't burn on my house. Girl,
But then I broke up with one ex and I submitted all his information to all these sex addiction hotlines. And so I know they were sending him flyers, calling. But that's the type of petty stuff I do.
She said she burned up stuff and put you on the sex line, but she said, I done moved in with the grandma. But she said, you took it to a whole nother level.
I love that. First of all, how about it says she threw an ex's cell phone in the river? Y'all, please put in the chat the petty stuff that you've done to an ex. I did have a box of my ex's stuff. I did do 2 different exes, and I pulled up to his work, and I came and pulled out. I called him at his work and I said, I'm outside. And I say, here's all your stuff at his work. Another one, I did show up unexpected to the apartment. And that's when I said, oh, do I have any more of your stuff? And I dropped some stuff. And then I said, you know what? I think I got some more stuff at the house. But I would just unexpectedly just start dropping stuff off. Like, here, this is yours too. And I would just unexpectedly, because I wanted to see who he was dating. I wanted to see who he was dating, who, what, where, and what. And I would just, and his neighbors knew me. Hey, how are you doing? It's so good to see you. So they would just let me in. Yeah, I definitely did that. But that's it.
We need help, y'all. Because,
we
need help.
Wait,
I'm
he said I dropped his ex off
right
at the
now.
police station. He had warrants. I'm dead.
Kimberly, I've never been that chick because I knew, like I said, I like the bad boys, so I would never do that to them because I don't want to, go to jail. Kimberly, the man about to go to jail. Kimberly, I can't.
Wait a minute, Kimberly. Did you know that you were going to where you were going? Did you say, hey, I'll drop you off at the store, and you pulled up at the police station? Like, he had to know something. Like, how did you just drop him off at the police station? We were engaged, Kimberly. You gotta tell us more. Tell us more, Kimberly. I want to know. Yo, wait, Monique is so sweet. We have been delivered. First of all, Monique, dang, what makes y'all hate these men do?
But it wasn't
so
the
much. I
I
feel
still
like
hate
missing
him.
out.
I was
Yeah, I'm not. I have not
no,
set anything on
honestly, I
fire,
thought I was in love. He was the
but I
love of
love
my
that.
life. Like I promise you, like when I went over there and did that mess, I
No
had
judgment, though.
we
No
had,
judgment to my girls. I
I
love
had
it.
his name tatted on my side. I covered it up now. But that's how gangsta I was. Like he'd be like, "Oh, you got new boos?" I'd be like, "Whatever," because you know that's my boo right there on my side. What? So I was on some ghetto fabulous stuff. So we was young. I didn't hate him. It was just like I knew what I could do to him because I knew that he still had that little small little love for me, and I was like, But when we finally got together for real, he was probably nervous. Well, he was nervous. Like, okay, I know she crazy. What's she gonna do? So he probably still running around like, okay, she gonna jump out sooner or later. But I've been delivered. So this breakup, I was like, Jesus.
Right.
I was
Now
praying
we'll
like,
just
Lord.
walk away. But before we will revert to the crazy girlfriend and be
Man,
doing
he
some
was like, I
stuff.
know you're gonna do something crazy. I know you're gonna do something. Like, boy, first of all, I got a whole job. I got a career. And I got some benefits. I got too much stuff going on to lose. So I'm gonna sit here and just pray to Jesus, and Jesus is gonna take the wheel. So he was still like wait for me to do something crazy. I'm like, yeah, what you did, might, warrant, but no.
First of all, Dee Dee is naming names, so I love that.
Dee, now you wait, that's my cousin. Now she naming names, guys. What did Marcus do, girl? Like you can't listen. We're gonna put you in witness protection. He said, Marcus. Now, was that a long time ago? Was it recent? Like sometimes
She
you just
put
get
all
older.
caps. This is mad. She's mad.
Marcus. So wait,
Open your phone, Marcus.
open your phone, Marcus. I got to go back to Kimberly. Kimberly's our girl. Kimberly, he jumped out the car and called someone to pick him up. Oh my gosh.
See, that's what I said. She was in her 20s. See, we do dumb stuff in our 20s. Because the stuff that I did in my 20s, I'd be like,
That's true.
that's why that grandmama prayer. Because, like, that was some dumb stuff. Like, what if he would have, like, been that type of dude that would have jumped on me or whatever? Because I'm coming in your mama house, like, what? Well, like, hey, and he, like, they were just still sitting on the couch, like, and the girl was like, why is she here? So 20s was
Right.
fun. But thank
Yeah,
God,
I
you
definitely
older and still popping up and doing, that revenge type of stuff. Oh, yeah,
dropped all his stuff out of the
an
car.
interesting topic.
That was great.
So, if your
Anybody
ex,
else?
would anybody take an ex back?
No. And I got one ex that's deliberately trying, I told y'all I blocked this man's number and his text still came through a month later. I'm like, I blocked you. Like, why? How'd you get through on my phone?
He
Yeah, I
trying
know.
to
But how are you doing? Like, how are you right now? I'm like, I am not interested, but I don't want any of my exes. No, it's a no.
So I'm asking this question because the old saying, like, you don't double back. But I've met a couple of older women that are older than us that once you get settled and they just want someone to travel with a partnership, they have, the kids go off to college and everything. Just, like, okay, first of all, he ain't about to be humping on nothing else. She ain't about to be humping on nothing else. And they just kind of like settled on in their ways at this point. And I've seen a couple of people who just like, well, why not? We're we somewhat knew each other, we can get to know each other again. So I've seen that happen a lot lately with older people, like been divorced and some like were married, like, okay, I'm like, so that's why I asked that, because I was just like, interesting.
Yeah, they still go on vacations together and stuff like that. I wouldn't do that. Like I said, my most recent ex was trying to get back with me up until last year. I was like, no. And for a time, like when we first broke up, he still kind of had me on the string, and I said, no, I'm not doing that.
This was a funny topic. Y'all have me done brought out ghetto key, not East Side Key. Ghetto key. Like, listen, but yeah, it's exes. Like, none of my exes I wouldn't, because sometimes I don't think it's like just to forget it. Like you said, one of the people in the comments said, "It's what you remember," and you haven't changed. You're still that same person. You know, like one of my exes, I'm like, "You are a headache. You've always been a headache." So I don't need those type of headaches at this age because you know what we get health issues when we get older. I don't need that to be messing with my health.
And
So
it's like you just said something, they don't change. And that's what everybody's saying in the chat. Like, I feel like you might have gotten worse, or I feel like my ex, he got worse after we broke up. Like, yeah, this whatever feelings I had, or whoever you were when we were together, you're not the same person. So, yeah.
just gonna stay there. Yeah.
Yo,
Thank
this was a great time. This was a great topic, y'all. Next week we're gonna have an even more fun, more of a better topic, and we're gonna be talking pillow talk. Okay, so yes, so thank you guys so much. First, if you guys have any questions for us, yes, please send us, drop some comments and tell us the crazy stuff that you guys have done to your exes, because I love this and I'd love to hear more about this. Um, Also, if you'd like to come on the show, as you know, once a month we have a guest come on. So please, if you'd like to just send us an email, and I will put my email at the bottom of the thing. So that's my email, crystal.lynetta@gmail.com. So please definitely let us know. Kia just told us who she is wearing.
So let me just go in and give my shout out because I support, I support businesses. Okay. So first of all, I order every pair that she had available. My Queen of Life Cosmetics, because of this cute little box right here. I'm trying to cover it up because I tore my little box up because that's how much I be in this box, or. So yeah, go shout her out. It's www.queenoflifecosmetics. Have
I
Crystal put
got
it in the
mine
I put the link
too.
in the private chat, and they are so nice. Tonight I'm wearing melodramatic. Okay, what you wearing, Misha, today? She don't hear.
I didn't even have time to throw my lashes on, but I am wearing my brow pencil and I'm wearing the Monarchy setting powder. So even if you're not into the setting powder, I got brow pencils, very simple to use, but yeah, that's what I'm wearing from my line tonight.
So I
And
have my setting powder on too. And I forgot to have my brow pencil because I already put it in my makeup bag. So yes, I have her brow pencil on. And I have her setting powder on.
I am wearing Freedom. Am I wearing Freedom? Yes, I'm wearing Freedom on my eyes. So yeah,
Yes.
I'm wearing Freedom, and I'm wearing the powder. I'm wearing number 5. Give me a
And I
little
want to
bit
shout out Beverly Cosmetics LLC. She's on Facebook as Beverly Cosmetics. I'm wearing her blue lipstick today. I was feeling a little blue.
So y'all, I know Miss Kia. She was supposed to be in a creative before we came on. For Maria S, but we came on so quick. But she's also a writer, and she's got her book. Y'all got. I'm gonna bring her book on. I know she got her book right next to y'all, but she is still writing the next installment of From Pain to Love.
So we got 2 minutes. I could drop what I was about to drop to on Crystal page. I mean on Maria page.
So y'all, thank y'all so much. Again, this has been a lot of fun. Next week is Pillow Talk. And also tomorrow night, I have my Almonds panel, and we are going to be talking about partner versus provider. So, and then, Misha and we do Mavs reviews. Please pray for us. Yeah, and we're doing Ready to Love coming up soon, but pray for us on this Mavs.
So, Crystal, I was just telling
I'm
them
gonna
since
start
I'm in the
drinking.
mood because I was on another show and Crystal had to text me and tell me, "Don't you supposed to be somewhere else?" I was like, "Girl, I got these bars I'm about to drop." So if I could take them out with these couple of bars, and
Oh, please do, please do. You got the floor.
okay, so we had just
Yes, come on.
I was gonna say this tonight. It was the last minute when I was gonna jump on Maria and share. So this is something Don't y'all be calling the suicide prevention people for me, because it was just something. It didn't have nothing to do with me when I wrote this. So it goes, pound, pound is the sound of my fist hitting the floor when my heart can't take it no more. Tears rolling down my face. What a disgrace. Lord, I'm begging you to take me away from this place. Oh, how I need your grace. A pain so deep, I can barely sleep. Love no more, right out my front door. Pound, pound is the sound of my fist hitting the floor when my heart can't take it no more. I can't begin to comprehend. I want these feelings to end. My days and nights are long, and I am no way strong. Who would have known that I would end up all alone? And by the way, who wants a testimony when you're hurting and lonely? Pound, pound is the sound of my fist hitting the floor when my heart can't take it no more. A loneliness that is so real. Jesus, I need you to take the wheel. Fear, fear, and more fear. I don't want to be here. Fear of living, some even say I'm tripping. Fear of dying, I'm steady crying. Pound, pound is the sound of my fist hitting the floor when my heart can't take it no more. Outside looking in, they think it's all good. From childhood to adulthood, I'm so empty and cold with all them strongholds. Turn a blind eye, walls so high, so dysfunctional, I'm unreachable. Pound, pound is the sound of my fist hitting the floor when my heart can't take it no more. People have the nerve to envy my life, all because they can't see all the strife. From the outside, it looks appealing, when in actuality, I'm in need of a healing. Louis this, Gucci that. Things that I got, they ain't about all that. Rat-a-tat-tat. Feels like I've been hit with a bat. Pound, pound is the sound of my fist hitting the floor when my heart can't take it no more. My heart is broken, many thoughts unspoken. Like quicksands, no one understands. Outreach hand, here I stand. Lord, with with you I'd rather be. Oh Lord, save me. I'm done. Peace, y'all.
That was amazing.
Yes. Do they snap? Do they still do that? I loved it.
Yes. Y'all hear
Absolutely
all this
loved it.
creativity? Y'all got all this creativity up in here. Thank you so much for
Right.
blessing us with that. Y'all, just any ladies, you got anything else?
No, I'm all set. Make sure
Good
y'all
night,
get
y'all.
out
Thank you. Thank y'all so much. That was great. Thank y'all so much. Good night.
Good night.